A processor is ready, and 6 jobs are waiting. Each job has a priority. Which one should run next? The jobs arrived in no useful order, so the scheduler checks every card before it can be sure. Patch, with priority 90, is next. Hotfix arrives with priority 85. Where can the scheduler add it immediately? At the end, with one append. The processor asks again, which job should run next? Finding the answer requires another scan across the whole row. Patch is still highest. Insertion was easy, selection was not. Could the scheduler avoid that scan by keeping the jobs sorted from highest priority to lowest? Patch stays at the front, so selection is immediate. Hotfix returns to the entrance. Where does it belong? Between patch and report. 5 jobs shift right to open that position. Selection was easy, insertion was not. 7 jobs make the trade-off visible. What changes when the queue grows to 1 million jobs? Leave it unsorted, and choosing the next job may inspect almost all 1 million. Keep it fully sorted, and inserting one job may move a large part of the array. The processor does not need every job in perfect order. It only needs the highest priority job ready when it asks. So how much order is enough? Can one job stay ready at the top while the rest remain only partly ordered? How should the other 5 jobs connect to patch? Put every one directly below it as a child. Patch is still ready, but suppose it leaves. Which child should replace it? We must compare all 5. With 1 million jobs, this wide shape brings back the scan we were trying to avoid. What if each job has only one child? The cards form a chain, so patch has only one direct replacement. But append hotfix at the bottom. How many cards can it pass before priority 85 reaches its correct place? 5. The wide scan is gone, but the chain can grow as long as the queue. 1 child is too tall, and 5 children are too wide. What is the smallest number that actually branches? 2. Give each parent at most 2 children, and 6 jobs fit in 3 levels instead of 6. How many children can one local choice inspect? At most 2. We could use more children, but this version uses 2, so it is binary. A binary tree can still leave holes and become taller than necessary. Where should the next job go? Into the first open position on the lowest unfinished level. Every level above the last stays full, and the last fills from left to right. That shape is called a complete binary tree. The shape is short, but what keeps a higher priority from hiding below a lower one? Put export 50 above deploy 70. Which card belongs closer to the processor? Deploy. Swap them, then repeat the same test at every connection. Each parent priority must be at least as high as each child. These comparisons are local, so why must the top hold the maximum? Start at backup 40 and move upward. Which priorities do you meet? 40, 70, 90. Try cleanup, 20, 75, 90. Every card has a path to the top, and priority never decreases along that path. So nothing can exceed the top card, called the root. Does this mean every card is sorted? Backup 40 and export 50 share deploy as their parent. Swap them. Does deploy still beat both? Yes. Siblings can appear in either order, and separate branches need no left smaller or right larger rule. A complete binary tree with this parent rule has a standard name: binary max heap. What does max promise? The highest priority stays at the root. The shape is a tree, so how does each card find the cards below it? Many programs store a tree by keeping a link from each card to the cards directly below it. Those links are called pointers. Does this heap need them? The complete shape already gives us a reading order: top level first, then each level from left to right. Read the cards that way: first patch, then deploy and report, finally backup, export, and cleanup. The same order fits into neighboring array cells, and the tree can be recovered. Which array position now holds the root? Position 0, because array indices begin at 0. Deploy sits at 1, report at 2, then backup, export, and cleanup continue at 3, 4, and 5. An index is the offset from the first cell, so 0 means no offset at all. Can a parent index predict both children? Patch is at 0, and its children are 1 and 2. Deploy is at 1, so which pair comes next? 3 and 4. Report is at 2, which pair follows? 5 and 6, even though 6 is empty. Double I, then add 1 for the left child and 2 for the right. Left is 2i plus 1. Right is 2i plus 2. Can a child index find its parent just as directly? 1 and 2 share parent 0. 3 and 4 share parent 1. Which parent do 5 and 6 share? 2. First subtract 1 from I, divide that result by 2, then round down. Cleanup sits at 5. Which parent appears? 2. Report. We use this formula only above 0 because the root has no parent. If we erase every connector, can the array rebuild the tree? Start at index 0. Which positions do its child formulas return? 1 and 2. From 1, 3 and 4. From 2, 5 and the empty position 6. Every parent-child connection returns from arithmetic, so the heap stores records, not separate pointers. Must this backing array be dynamic? Not always. If the maximum heap size is known, a fixed array can work. When jobs can keep arriving, a practical heap usually uses a dynamic array with spare capacity. Once length meets capacity, what grows? The backing array, by the same resizing process from the arrays video. Resizing changes capacity, not the complete shape or the parent rule. So what did the complete shape buy us? The root is at 0. Every parent and child is found with arithmetic, and the job records stay together in neighboring array cells. No separate pointers are required. Hotfix is still waiting, so which position can accept it without breaking the complete shape? Which position can take hotfix without breaking the complete shape? Index 6, the first unused cell. Appending there fills the next open tree position from left to right. The shape stays complete, but the priority rule may not. The parent formula sends 6 to 2, report, priority 75. Which card should be the parent? Hotfix should be the parent, because 85 is higher than 75. Swap hotfix with report. Is hotfix finished? Its next parent is patch, priority 90. Should it climb again? No, patch already has the higher priority, so the rule holds and hotfix stops partway. Did that swap damage another branch? Hotfix, 85, is now above cleanup, 20, and report, 75, so it beats both. Report moved into hotfix's old position at the end of the tree. That position is a leaf, meaning it has no children. Only the edge above hotfix needed another check. Every other edge kept the rule. Restore arrives with priority 100. Where does it enter? Index 7, the next open position. Its parent is backup, 40. Which job moves up? Restore. They swap. Deploy, 70, is now the parent. Does restore stop? No, they swap. Patch, 90, is next. Stop or swap? Swap. Restore reaches the root. Which jobs moved? Only restore and the 3 parents on indices 7, 3, 1, and 0. Every card outside that path stayed put. This upward repair is called sift up or bubble up. What tells it to stop? The parent priority is at least as high as the new job, or the new job reaches the root. If the heap holds 1 million jobs, does an insertion cross 1 million positions? No. Each complete level roughly doubles the available positions, so about 20 levels cover 1 million jobs. How many parent comparisons can sift up make? About 20, not a million. The heap repair is O of log n. Does a full backing array make every heap insertion linear? No. One resize can copy all n records, but it happens occasionally. Across a long sequence, that copy cost works out to O of 1 per insertion. This is called amortized cost. The heap repair still follows 1 O of log n path. Insertion repaired upward. When restore leaves the root, which direction will repair go? Restore is ready to leave, but removing array cell 0 would shift every remaining record. Which record can fill the root while keeping the complete shape? The last one, backup at index 7. Swap restore with backup, then remove restore from the tail. The shape is complete again, but backup, priority 40, now sits above patch, 90, and hotfix, 85. Which child should move above backup? Patch, 90, or hotfix, 85? Patch, the larger child. What if hotfix moved instead? Hotfix would become the root, while patch, 90, stayed below it, so the rule would still be broken. When moving downward, compare both children and choose the larger one. Swap backup with patch. Backup is now at index 1, above deploy, 70, and export, 50. Which child is larger? Deploy. Swap again. Backup reaches index 3. Does it have any children? No. The repair stops, and patch is ready at the root. Which records moved? Backup followed indices 0, 1, and 3, while patch and deploy moved up. Every record outside that path stayed put. This repair is called sift down or bubble down. What tells it to stop? The parent priority is at least as high as both children or the moving job reaches a leaf. Does removing the highest priority scan 1 million jobs? No, the root is already at index 0, so reading it is O of 1. The replacement follows one child path through about 20 levels, so the repair is O of log n. Removing and returning the root from a max heap is called extract max. What if the canceled job is not the root? Export is at index 4, and the caller already knows that position. Which record should fill its hole? The last one again, report at index 6. Move report into index 4, then remove the old tail. The shape is complete, but which direction should repair follow? Report 75 now has deploy 70 as its parent. Which direction fixes that edge? Up. Swap report with deploy. Report reaches index 1, where patch 90 already beats it, so the repair stops. The final heap is valid again. Can a replacement ever need to move both ways? No. Before deletion, the removed value sat below its parent and above its children. If the replacement is larger, which boundary can it cross? Only the parent above, so it moves up. If the replacement is smaller, only the children below, so it moves down. One comparison chooses the path. Is canceling any named job always O of log n? No, the repair is O of log n, but finding export by name can require an O of n scan. Logarithmic deletion assumes the index is already known, or the heap maintains an extra map from names to indices. Why does root removal need no search? Its index is always 0. If an entire backlog already exists, must we insert its jobs one at a time? These 6 jobs already exist in an unordered array. Must we append them again, one at a time, to rebuild the heap? We could, and each insertion might sift up, but the complete shape is already present in the array positions. Can we repair the records where they are instead? Which positions are already valid heaps without a single comparison? The leaves. A leaf has no children, so it cannot violate the parent rule below it. With 6 jobs, indices 3, 4, and 5 are leaves. That makes index 2 the last parent, so repair starts there and moves backward. Cleanup, priority 20, at index 2, has 1 child. Hotfix, 85, at index 5. Which job belongs above? Hotfix. Swap them. The smaller tree, starting at index 2, now follows the parent rule. That smaller tree is a valid subtree, so the root can later rely on it. At index 1, patch 90 has report 75 and deploy 70 as children. Does anything need to move? No, patch already beats both, so this subtree is valid too. Backup 40 at the root now faces patch 90 and hotfix 85. Which child is larger? Patch. Swap them. Backup reaches index 1, above report 75 and deploy 70. Which child is larger now? Report. Swap again. Backup reaches a leaf, and the full array is a heap. Why did moving backward work? Before each parent moved, both child subtrees were already valid heaps. When backup entered one of them, did we rebuild that whole subtree? No. Sift down repaired one path, while the other subtree stayed untouched. Repeating this from the last parent to the root is called bottom-up heapify. A root can move through log n levels, so why is heapify not O of n log n? About half the nodes are leaves, and they move 0 levels. About 1/4 can move at most 1 level. About 1/8 can move at most 2. Very few nodes can travel far, so most of the possible work is tiny. Add those unequal amounts, and bottom-up heapify is O of n. For an existing backlog, which build should we choose? Repeated insertion can take O of n log n. Bottom-up heapify takes O of n. Does a linear build make the full sort linear too? No. Heapify runs once, but sorting will remove and repair the root again and again. What if each maximum moves to the end of this same array instead of leaving for the processor? What if we use the heap mechanics to sort numbers instead of scheduled jobs? The job names no longer matter, only their priorities. The 6 records become 90, 75, 85, 40, 70, and 20. The largest value, 90, is at the root. Instead of sending it to the processor, where could we place it permanently? Swap 90 with the last active value, 20. 90 is now in its final position. Draw a line 1 cell left. Values to its left remain in the heap, and 90 to its right is fixed. This moving line is the active boundary. The new root is 20, with children 75 and 85. Which child is larger? 85. Swap, and the values left of the boundary form a heap again. Which value is now the active maximum? 85. Swap it with the last active value, 70, then move the boundary left. 70 becomes the root, above 75 and 20. Which child wins? 75. One swap restores the active heap, while 85 stays beside 90. Those fixed values on the right form the sorted suffix. The active maximum is 75. Which value sits at the active end? 40. Swap them and move the boundary. 40 now compares with 70 and 20. Which child moves up? 70. After one swap, the active heap is 70, 40, 20, and the sorted suffix is 75, 85, 90. 70 swaps with the active end, 20, and the boundary moves again. Which child can repair 20? 40. Swap them. Only 2 active values remain, 40 and 20. Swap them once, move the boundary, and the whole array reads 20, 40, 70, 75, 85, 90. Why did a max heap produce ascending order? Each round moved the largest active value into the rightmost active position, then removed that position from the heap. Which direction did the sorted suffix grow? From the largest values backward. When the boundary reached the start, the same array was sorted from smallest to largest, with no second array. Sorting inside the original array is called an in-place sort. Heapify took O of n, so what dominates the full sort? The repeated root removals. There are n-1 of them, and each repair can follow O of log n levels. That makes heap sort O of n log n. With iterative sift down, only a few temporary variables sit outside the array. That extra memory is called auxiliary space, so it is O of 1. What does heap sort trade for that in-place guarantee? Equal values can change their original order, so heap sort is not stable. Its sift paths also jump between distant indices instead of scanning neighboring cells, so they often use nearby memory less effectively. This is poorer memory locality. The payoff is O of n log n worst case time with O of 1 auxiliary space. Sorting is one use, but when should the heap itself stay alive? A structure promises 3 actions: add an item, inspect the highest priority, and remove it. Does that promise dictate one internal design? No. That behavior is called a priority queue. A binary heap is one way to implement it. The heap keeps the next priority ready without fully sorting everything else. What if a smaller number should come first? Reverse only the comparison. Each parent is at most as large as each child. The smallest value then reaches the root. This is a min heap. The complete shape, index formulas, and repair path stay the same. Only the comparison direction flips. Which priority queue operations stay fast in a heap? Reading the root without removing it takes O of 1. That operation is called peek. Insertion, extract max or min, and deletion at a known index each repair one path, so they take O of log n. Which costs do not follow one repair path? Building an existing array with bottom-up heapify takes O of n. Finding an arbitrary job can take an O of n scan. Sorting the full array with heap sort takes O of n log n. The heap stores n records, so its storage is O of n, and reading those cells from left to right does not produce sorted order. How does this compare with the 2 arrays from the opening? Keep the array unsorted, and insertion at the end is O of 1 amortized, but selecting the next priority is O of n. Keep it fully sorted, and the next priority is O of 1, but insertion is O of n. A heap keeps peek at O of 1, while insertion and extraction take O of log n. An online game receives millions of scores, but the leaderboard needs only the best 100. Must it sort every score after each update? No. Keep a min heap containing the best 100 scores. Its root is the current cutoff. If a new score beats that cutoff, replace the root. Otherwise, ignore it. This is a top k problem. K is 100, and each accepted update takes O of log k. Where else does the smallest item need to stay ready? A graph search can keep the best distance found so far for each candidate node, then repeatedly ask which candidate has the smallest distance. A min priority queue supplies that next node without sorting every candidate. Dijkstra's shortest path algorithm often uses this pattern. What if two jobs have the same priority? The heap rule treats them as equal, so it does not promise that the earlier job leaves first. If arrival order matters, store a second value, such as a sequence number, and use it to break ties. And is this heap related to the heap region of program memory? No. They share a name, but they are different concepts. So when should a heap stay alive instead of becoming a sorted array? Use it when items keep changing and you repeatedly need the next minimum or maximum. Use a map when arbitrary lookup is the main job, and use a sorting algorithm when the whole order is the goal. A heap does not keep everything sorted. It keeps exactly enough order to make the next priority ready.